Okay, fellow babies, welcome to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Appreciate all of you who are Patreon patrons or YouTube subscribers. You are keeping us afloat. If you're doing those things or not, please try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. That's absolutely free for you. Easy to do. It's 3 clicks. There are instructions in the show description below, so check it out. And you've got to redo that every month. So if you haven't done it in a while, please link those accounts and Shane will get paid. You're sticking it to Amazon. It costs you absolutely nothing. From Sifted, from Erebus Jones, conventional wisdom is that PlayStation 6 will cost at least $700 because the PS5 Pro costs $700. For me, the sticker shock of a console costing more than a mortgage payment is real. To the point that if they cost it's that much, I honestly don't think I'm going to buy one. I can't be alone in that. How does Sony and Microsoft avoid potentially choking off demand and making gaming a hobby only for the rich? I agree with you. Like, let's be real. And I've taken a lot of grief for this comment, but I've said this repeatedly since probably 2011 or 12. I always have called each console cycle the last great console cycle. Now, the trolls on the internet always read last great as last. They kind of leave out the word great. I have been saying since around 2011 that each console cycle in the future would be smaller than one prior. And I've said that because it's obvious to me that there are going to be other ways to play games, and we're going to have access to games that keep us occupied and keep us very happy without having to fork out $500, $600, $700 for a console. Obviously, PC is having a resurgence, and most people have a PC. Mobile's been super, super popular, and the games are getting better. Again, they're not the same as console, but getting better. And I think you're getting different business models like subscription with Game Pass. Even though there's only 30 million people who do it, it's still an alternative. And so, again, you don't have to have a console. The next cycle is very definitely going to include connected TV gaming. I mean, it's going to happen. Now, you're not going to play fast twitch multiplayer games. You're not playing Painkiller, on your TV through an internet router, in the cloud. But are you going to play single player games, Dragon Age? Yes. Absolutely, you're going to play games like that.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. It's time to find out why everyone is buying homes in Montana. Right now, Doug DeShazer has a beautiful single-level home with a triple-car garage available in the best neighborhood in Libby, Montana. This custom 3-bed, 2.5-bath home has a 500-square-foot patio for entertaining. It's built to last with solid wood core doors, Anderson windows, an asphalt driveway, central AC and heat, and a private well to run its sprinkler system. The price was recently reduced, and owner financing is available with 20% down. No matter where you're looking to buy in the U.S., Doug DeShazer is licensed to help. Make him your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643, or go to LibbyMontanaRealEstate.com.
And, so the question is, will we end up just eliminating the need for a console? And if you go to connected TV gaming, think about what happened to DVD player sales when movies became on demand. Do you have a DVD player? Because I sure as hell don't. I mean, I guess my PlayStation, but I don't. I haven't put a DVD in it in 5 years. I can't remember doing it. You're not going to buy a DVD player anymore. You don't need hardware to watch movies. As soon as they make it easy to access games without hardware, you're going to skip the hardware purchase. Now, I say you, not you. You're the hardcore guy. You have to have the newest and the best and the brightest, and I get it. And if you're playing multiplayer games, I totally get it. And if you want like super high definition and you want like 240 frame rates, if you want that, sure, of course you're going to buy a console. But if they offer it on your TV, your 4K TV, and the image is running in 4K and it looks pretty damn good, and I say you can get that and you can buy the game and play it to your heart's content on a connected TV, would you do it and skip the console? Well, if you don't have $700, you sure as hell will. So back to your question, if Sony makes the price $700, all that does is accelerate the move toward connected TV gaming. Everything could be played on your TV. Think outside the box. You know who doesn't think outside the box? Sony. Never gonna. They don't think at all. They do everything just the same way they always did. And they believe, and so does Nintendo, you're always going to buy our next console because it's going to be better. And you're a fanboy, and you don't care what it costs, you're going to spend whatever. I will say that to some extent that's true. So I have a friend who died, but she was a big USC football fan. In 2018, she was paying $4,200 a year for the right to buy 2 tickets to USC football games. I have another buddy who's a Ram season ticket holder. He had to pay like $75,000 for a seat license that gives him the right to buy 2 tickets at full price to every Ram game. But he has that for life, and apparently that's got value if he sells it. But people will pay anything. Sony thinks you are just like that. And to be honest with you, 250 million console owners, that's about how many rich people there are on the planet. Okay? Sony almost doesn't care about the masses. They care about the rich people. So yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think consoles are going to be a thing for the ultra rich. But connected TVs and phones are going to be the thing for the masses. So I think you asked the question right. I don't think Sony is going to think outside the box. I announced recently that I partnered with this guy, Mike Vorhaus. We're going to do a consulting practice, and we're going to work with companies like Microsoft and Netflix to help them think outside the box. So, look, the reason I exist, the reason you asked this question is I'm never going to run out of people to make fun of who don't think outside the box. And my thinking outside the box doesn't make it happen. I have to convince them to do it. I have no incentive to do it unless they hire me. So if they hire me, I'm going to tell them what I think they should do. Odds are none of them are going to listen to me, but if they do, you won't see $700 consoles anymore. You'll get an acceleration of connected TV, which I think is really cool. Let me tell you how committed I am to this. In 2015, I made a presentation, which I'm going to revisionist recall, was about connected TV. I actually said that Amazon was going to win the console war because they're going to put your console into a Alexa device. You know, there's going to be an Alexa-enabled device. You download the game to your Alexa device, and it would be playing on your TV. I predicted that 10 years ago. Okay, I then partnered up with a company, and I got 7 patents for game controllers. Not pending, granted. We have 7 patents. We own every patent for any game controller that you would ever use with a connected TV. We own it, okay? Because I've been thinking about this for 10 years. I'm right. It's going to happen. So when Netflix decides to do connected TV, you know what they're missing? A game controller. So when you read about my new mega yacht, you're going to know how I afforded it. Anyway, I hope that answered your question. I do think that the ultra rich are going to be the only ones who play consoles. I think the rest of us are going to play connected TV. I got to say, I'm perfectly happy watching a pay-per-view movie, video on demand, on Amazon. I'm paying as I go, and I don't have any special equipment. I got a TV and an internet connection. I'm super happy with that. So I think that's how we're going to access our games. I think you're right. Consoles are being priced, they're pricing normal people out. And so I wish you luck as a connected TV user, because that's the future for everybody. That's it for today's question. Thank you for joining me on Pachter Factor, my fellow babies. If you are a Patreon patron or a YouTube subscriber, we thank you very much. Whether you're subscribed or not, please try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. We get paid for that, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Super easy to do. Check out the instructions on how to do so in the show description below. And remember to do it every month. If you haven't done it in a month, we're not getting paid. So go check it out. 3 clicks. Shane gets $250. You're a god. He will thank you personally when he sees you. Anybody who walks up to me or Shane on the street and says, I connected my Amazon Prime account to my Twitch Prime account, I will thank you personally. You can do it on Blue Sky. Tell me you did it. I will give you a shout out. I promise. It's a cool thing to do. I don't get paid, but Shane does. It's important that Shane gets paid so we can keep this show alive. So thank you very, very, very much. I will see you guys next week.